Hello friends. So energy doesn't have any distance from here to there. You cannot even measure energy. You have to be a kind of object. If you want to measure energy, you need objects, and this world seemingly seems like it's full of these objects around. And then also when the story is told in a way, then this just happened by itself. Kind of everything arises kind of energy, because nobody's achieved it, but in the same way it seemingly seems like it also is there for no one, but is there for someone. So the me doesn't think about all this appearance or all of what this was existing around, that this is there's have plenty of history and stories, concepts, and all the time seems like for the me that is the happening seems like it is happening in enough kind of time, and also the me is bound to totally to the story of this illusion that is it's like that. It seems like it have different patterns and roads the way it's done, and when the body is the identification of the things in this world, and when the personality is there, it's like the me is inside the personality, but it's just a new story. But it's like personality was I was so told of this world that is like this, and seemingly seems like it was a kind of someone who liked to be in and claim this is mine, or this I own, and then all this different story was claimed and owned and really worried about also. And that is also seems like could be the difficult for the body have learned about the different kinds of emotion, and in a way it could be good like a map to for somebody who is really struggling or are in this process, then when thing is just falling apart and falling away, and really step in this non-duality with the both feet, and then this process of what I call dying, because when the both foot is inside, yeah, all the beliefs you have of this world, and all was what was told, yeah, all the concept, all the spiritualities, all the stories your mother and father learned you, the society, the school, all this can seems like is stuck to a kind of emotion, and that is because the body is here right now, or seems like it's here, because the body is what we put word on this. Yeah, I have to put the word on it, but this kind of body also seems like it has different kind of emotion, and when the emotion arise in the body and the difficulties is then is the falling apart or dying. In the process of dying, that can be happen in many different ways, depends of the the body, or seems like it depends on the, because the personality like really much to hold on to what it had claimed, who was mind. It was claimed that this was mine, and then also the world appeared as kind of separated from the body. So it was you with the body and the sensation and the world out there. And then that's falling away also happened confusion, a lot of confusion about, yeah, in a way what to do. And it was no anymore to believe in, and not more to do, because doing is no doing, because doing belong to time, and that also falls away in that dying. So it's nobody who's dying in a way, like because in the story that was told over and over again in many beliefs, that it was the dying was for the body, and the dying is the me or the ego's way to be afraid, because it's stuck to, it knows, even if it doesn't want to be together with this feeling. It's is kind of in a way in the me find many strange ways to in a way jump over, or yeah, how am I gonna explain that? Yeah, doesn't, yeah, it could also be that the me is interested in the dying also, or but normally that the me's are afraid for this story about nothing is happening, or the can seemingly be reaction to a story of the dying of the body, and that is the fear of the big fear of this world, because when you are born into this world of time, then you know that one day will come and the end is there, and then, but that is in the timeline, and that is in the thinking of the mind. So the mind like to think about that, or don't like to think about that, because we usually want to just escape for this emotion or the feeling of the fear, even though can seems like at different niveaus there. Some spiritual beliefs they're working with this to make it less afraidable, but yeah, and then it manifested in different kind of other things. So this is the dying process is all the concept I believe of this world, because nothing ever was true. It's like if you yeah, in the both foot in the world of this, that everything was a false or not happening ever did happen, because for the future and the past is like always it's happening something about the thinking of what will be and what have happened. So this is the painful of the me have a lot of suffering connected to to hold on to this, and in letting totally go of this world and all to go to see that there's no separation, whatever is like appearing in a way love for everything, but because everything never had name, it was like a program, but the program was wiped out, cleaned out. The spontaneously experience seems to be, because it's no, yeah. So the dying is like, if nobody does that, if nobody does the dying, the dying is not time for that death. For the body, and the process of difficulty can seems to take time, seems that is difficult, and yeah, the emotion and thoughts and confusion and all this, and in a way that ghost stories about that is, yeah, the confusion is there, so then it's there, but in the next is no next, but then also it's not there. So if it's appearing difficulties, and it's what it is. So all these words for explaining this, always, I said always in front of your nose, but it doesn't have this, and it doesn't have any words